Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome back for the third time on the podcast. Musician, rapper, producer, and barber, the homeboy Mestizo.
What's up?
What's up?
Not much.
Not much.
Bro. Seriously?
Seriously?
You gonna do this whole show?
You gonna do this whole show?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I can't with this right now.
with this right
Bro.
now.
You fucking dick.
Oh my God.
Are you serious right now? I'm gonna beat your ass.
Beat your ass.
Oh, bro.
Oh, bro.
All right.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks. Man, it's been a minute.
It's been a long time.
And you've been busy, man. You got 3 healthy boys. You just did a song with Slug from Atmosphere.
Oh, we weren't
Shout out
supposed
to
to talk about that, but yeah. Thanks, bro. Yes, I did. And thank
maybe
you.
you didn't.
Appreciate that.
But maybe you didn't.
Maybe it's a slug from another group.
Maybe it's Slug from Wisconsin.
Motherfucker.
Man. But you have been doing a lot of music.
I have been doing
Yeah.
a lot of music, yeah.
Dude, can we talk about this, man?
Yeah.
Because this is like, this flavor, man, once I start vaping, I was experimenting with like blue raz, lemonade, tutti frutti, whatever.
So
This
I
is-
don't support smoking nicotine. I'm actually trying to quit smoking nicotine.
Okay, but let's just,
But I do
But-
like
but
mint
you-
tobacco is probably
Yeah,
the best.
yeah.
BC 5000.
because you got
this
me.
company.
Yeah, this is
Don't
the
blame
one.
me for that
Yeah,
shit.
and what about that dude today at the smoke shop? Tell him what happened.
you tell him. That's a
Well,
you
okay,
tell
so,
him better.
so I go to the local. I'm not gonna tell which one, but the local one, and I ask for. I'm like, do you have this mint tobacco one? And he goes, it's sold out. I go, what do you mean? He goes, oh, so you're the one that's been buying them? I'm like, yeah. And then you know what he said? He goes, I bought the last 3. I'm like, oh.
What do he look like?
He's an Indian guy. That doesn't matter. It's not about the race. He was an Indian guy, but it's not about the
They're
race.
tough,
but the,
man.
but the
They're
way he
tough.
said it, his energy was a little. It was a little kind of mean, wasn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a dick.
And then I bought this on a whim. Orange creamsicle, $29, and I hate it. It's,
Why would you buy anything
I
that's
don't know.
orange
I don't-
creamsicle?
I-
I
'cause
won't
I
even
like-
buy popsicles that are orange
dude,
creamsicle.
you don't like shakes that are orange creamsicle?
No, I don't
love
like.
yeah.
It's a terrible taste. Citrus and sweet.
Remember you, me, and Gabs
Yeah,
went
but
to.
for
Remember
you,
me, and
not
Gabs
for
went to
us.
Cantor's, and what did we get? Orange creamsicle shakes.
If I'm smoking something, it's got to be robust. It has to have a man flavor to
like
it.
this is manly.
Yeah, this is manly. I mean, it looks not manly,
but it tastes.
It's peach. It's peach colored.
It's peach.
I don't know.
Colored,
I mean, no, you can't assign a color to a gender, right?
But you know what? It reminds me of a Black and Mild, but a little bit milder. Remember Black and Mild?
It's like a mixture of a Black and Mild and a Newport.
And a Newport, exactly. So this is like
Newports were my first cigarettes.
The OG's Elf Bar, though, right? The Elf Bar.
I don't know, man. I don't know shit about vaping. I blame my brother-in-law.
So your brother-in-law hipped you to these?
Yeah.
These are hard to come. So you get them online?
No, I get them at a little shop.
Okay.
This shop where the guy who, I don't, maybe it's just a vape thing, but he's a dick too. But he's like a dude from New York, and he just like, what do you want? I want the mint tobacco. All right, 15, cuz.
Oh, he's like that?
Yeah. He's a dick. He's aggressive.
Yeah. Dude, you look majestic with your like. How did this whole experience? This just happened,
how did it feel?
Yeah.
Didn't feel like anything. It was
so
probably
you didn't, it was
until it got to about my lip. Then it started to hurt a little bit.
You didn't feel any of this.
Nah.
Can we give a shout out to the artist that?
Shout out to Mara at Electric Gold in St. Pete. She did everything freehand too. Yeah. So this is all Filipino tribe.
Yeah.
My grandmother's from the area where all this work is from.
Oh, so that's.
Yeah, this is our headhunter
from a
tribe.
Designated
the Eagle Rod tribe. The Eagle Rod tribe. Shouts to the Visayans. Shouts to the Kalinga. The oldest tattooer in the world is from this area. She's 107. Her name's Wang Ad. She's
Asian?
She's Filipino. She looks like a little Lola. She still walks around, drinks, smokes. There's like a viral video going around with some dude that she tattooed, probably some English dude or something. She's grabbing his balls. She's fucking. She's gangster. You seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, oh.
How did she learn her craft?
Well, she does the tap. So,
she does the old school
the talk. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Damn.
I want to get it done. Hopefully, she doesn't pass away.
So what's her rate? Like, does she work for a tattoo shop or is she?
No, she's in the village, bro. She's still in the village. Yeah,
she's in.
You have to go to her village to get it done. They say some prayers. They do a ceremony.
Yeah.
I forget what it is, but the needles are they're either from a tree or a bone. I can't remember what, but it's pretty special, man.
So even the ink is special.
Even the ink is special.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it from like a tusk of an animal? Like.
I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know. I know it's got to be some sort of like charcoal or something like that. I don't know.
So how time consuming do you think that is to do like a tattoo?
Tap. You know, like a tattoo gun probably. I don't know. What's it like? 100 hits a second or something like that.
So this would be like if this was the thing, it would be like kind of like.
Hers is more like tap 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 tap, but you know you hear the gun, the tattoo gun going zzz. We'll probably get corrected for this.
Yeah. Damn. So that's an ancient. Do you think is that the most ancient way of tattooing? Is the tapping?
Probably.
Yeah.
It has to be. There's no machines. There wasn't electricity back then.
Now, what has the response been like? Because
it's been cool. It's shocking to some people. I mean, I'm a barber.
Yeah.
And I cut a lot of really wealthy, older Caucasian gentlemen that are just like thrown off at first, but then I smile at them.
Yeah.
My boss said it was aggressive. It is aggressive.
He said aggressive.
Yeah, he said, "Wow, I like it. It's aggressive."
Yeah. But what if someone didn't know you and they just saw you? They wouldn't.
I've had a lot of people talk to me about it and go, "Wow, it's beautiful work, man."
Oh, okay. So it's been positive for the most part.
Been positive.
Yeah.
It's not like I got a big "fuck you" on my face.
Yeah. No, because it's definitely it has class. It's like
it's well designed.
Yeah, it's well designed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like how would you describe that particular like the different
so in the middle
design
middle like where the diamonds are at, that's the black and white represents day and night. My interpretation of it, it all has meaning. Day and night, my interpretation of it is like the balance of life, light and dark, good and evil, that kind of shit.
Like the yin and the yang.
Yin and yang. And then on the outside where the snake skin's at, that's for protection. The house is in the middle is for praying for the people.
Oh, so there's
whole
meaning.
Thing has
meaning.
It all has meaning. It's a story that gets tied together.
Wow.
Usually you don't pick it, and I let Mara pick it, and shouts to Mara, she's fucking incredible. So if you ever end up in St. Pete, which probably will, because a lot of people are going there.
St. Pete, Florida.
I'm on the south side, baby. Yeah.
So how do they get a hold of her? I mean, she'll probably watch. Like,
Electric
she'll probably
Gold
watch
Tattoo.
this, right?
Actually, the owner, she's the co-owner, and the other owner's Filipino too. I
That's
wanted to
what's
get
up.
tattooed by him, but
Would
shouts
you
to
get
Ariel.
mad if I got the duplicate tattoo? The
You have it.
What?
You have it. That's basically how she would draw it on your skin.
Like this?
And then tattoo freehand over it.
It looks pretty good on me though, right?
The mustache, yeah.
No,
You should try and grab the.
I'm talking about the.
Aren't you thinking of getting a? You're gonna get a neck tattoo,
I was
right?
thinking about it.
What are you thinking of getting?
You told me that you cracked me up today before we started.
You
should get a frog. You should get one of your frogs. One of my door frogs. I'm like, I ain't getting a frog, dude. I ain't getting a frog. Dude, I want it to be tough.
What are you gonna get it?
I already have like geeky tattoos.
What tattoos do you have?
I got an Ewok, I got a tape, I got a honey badger, I got an owl, I got a crane.
Wait, why do you have?
I got animals.
Wait, why? Wait a second. Turn that arm over. Why do you have a pair of scissors on your?
Oh, it was the Scissor Bros.
You don't cut hair.
I know Scissor Bros.
Oh,
yeah.
Scissor Bros.
Yeah, like
sorry,
I lost
man.
a challenge. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And what is it? That's a goose on there? A duck?
It's a crane. It's a crane.
Looks like a goose.
Well, I have all animals, dude. I need something to.
I like the cat. The cat's cool.
You do?
Yeah.
I need an equalizer. Like, what was the most painful tattoo you've gotten?
I can't show you that one.
Where is it located?
In a place that I'll never show you. No, just kidding. Hey, the bicep, inner bicep.
Oh, does that hurt? Like
It hurts, yeah.
Like wait, which side?
Like inside of your bicep.
Oh, inside of your
Inside of
What
your
about
bicep.
right here on your chest? Does that hurt getting?
I don't know. Tattoos don't really hurt. They're annoying,
Yeah,
Like they can be annoying in certain spots.
Were you tattooed when I first met you? Like people know our
Yeah.
history.
Don't you remember my tattoo?
Oh,
first
you had the
tattoo
video.
I-
Oh,
yeah. That was from a homie that just got out of prison, and he was like, "Hey, I'll tattoo you for some money." And I was like, "I got like a
you were
dub sack. I had a
14,
20,
15 years
14." And I was like, "I got some weed." He's like,
dude, that's a
"All right,
whole
I'll take it."
piece. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's a bad tattoo. It's not good. It's blown out, not connected. It's terrible.
So, but look, can we talk about your Bay Area roots? Because that's.
Didn't
like,
we talk about?
Did
We've
we
done
already talk
3
we've done-
episodes
we've done
now.
3.
How about this? Why don't we talk about our hazy?
All right. Well, obviously, I'm sober.
Yeah, and
you
I am
presented
too.
This. I haven't drinking a beer flavored thing in 16 years.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned something how, there's non-alcoholic beers and IPAs. I'm like, really? And I was just like paranoid at first. Like, are you sure there's like not like 0.2% alcohol? And you're
Yeah.
like, no, dude, this is. And so, cheers.
Salud.
This is completely non-alcoholic. And Chelsea's drinking one too.
It's
Do you like
tasty.
It's really good.
Dude, I told
Citrus hazy IPA from
and
San
this
Diego.
reminds me of like the AZ days.
Yeah.
When we had money, and we get the Sierra Nevada stouts. the
Oh
green
yeah,
label.
those are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, dude, I haven't I miss the taste of beer
I do too.
without the effects that
Of
beer
alcohol.
produces. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's important to also, when you get sober, to keep your social status as well and socialize.
Not to be
you know
weird,
what I mean?
and like a
Yeah,
hermit, and just
not
be,
like,
anti everything.
I gotta quit everything, so I gotta quit going out, even the bars. It's like, you can gain willpower by going to bars, and also it's like a good deterrent from actually drinking, because you feel like you're a part of the action.
Yeah, and then you're getting the taste of it.
Mm-hmm.
So my concern was, because I told you, I'm like, oh, dude, like if I drink like an O'Doul's or anything like a non-alcoholic beer, the phenomenon of craving might kick in, and that was my fear, but it didn't.
It doesn't.
Well, it didn't.
It fills the trick. I mean, it does the trick, but it's like, I do want beer sometimes, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could just go out and get fucked up, So, but I'm like, I'll reach for one of these and I'll drink 2, and I feel like, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do anything anymore,
And then it satisfies your
Nothing
craving.
wrong with getting fucked up, but for me, it fucks up everything. My physical workouts, it fucks up my day when I'm working all day. It fucks up my attention span for my kids. There's no positive to it for me, other than
Can
like,
we talk about you being a father, and
yeah,
because
absolutely.
you weren't that far ahead. Like last episode, I don't think, did you have kids? Maybe maybe one?
Yeah, no, I had all three.
You had all three back then?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, when was the last one? No. So I had two.
Yeah,
I had two.
yeah.
Yeah, but I have three. Yeah,
So
3 sons.
to all the young fathers, like how do you manage to balance your time and time management?
It's
and
not
raising
easy.
these kids. Like,
So
do you have any like a piece of? You were giving me some words of wisdom earlier about like, because I'm like, oh man, like, because I'm getting older, dude. I want a kid one day.
to me, it's like the most important part of being a human being that you could take responsibility for another human being. You know, it's like being a father or a mother or any kind of parent or a grandmother raising a kid. Like it's the hardest job in the world. You never have a harder job. So like it's understandable when people don't want to have kids, especially this new generation. They're like, not for kids, not for marriage, not for tradition. But the way I look at it,
you've talked to some of the youngsters and their attitude's different than.
oh yeah, dude. Back in the day, remember like when we were raised, it was like the sophisticated thing to do would be get a job, get married, have kids. And like we looked at that like, fuck that shit. We're rebels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can still be a rebel and have kids, you know? It's like everybody always complains about the world in this generation, but it's like if you raise your kids right, you're adding to society and to the elevation of humanity, you know
And
what
you
I mean?
mentioned something about discipline.
Oh, discipline.
Because I asked you today
Yeah.
when we were eating, I go, hey, do you spank your kids? You're like, you said sometimes when it's needed, but I don't.
It's a pop, you know what I mean? Just like
you mentioned, you gave an analogy. You said similar to, was it a spider or a snake?
no, like a dog nipping you.
When a
Like
dog
when a dog
snaps
nips you,
at you,
doesn't bite you, but nips you to warn you, like, yo,
just to keep you on point.
snap you out of it. You know what I mean?
So give me a hypothetical of what would do that. What would trigger that for you?
It has to be a lot because it doesn't happen. It pretty much happens never. But if it ever did happen.
So what if they poured paint? Like if they accidentally.
No,
the
I
paint
mean that's just part of being a kid. You can't have high expectations for kids because
like
they're just gonna be kids.
What if
you
he
know?
pooed in his brother's bed? Like he pooed.
I mean, I've had my kids shit in the front yard before.
Wait,
you know.
You said something in the bathtub too, right?
Oh yeah, shitting in the
about that,
bathtub too. Yeah,
'Cause
shoving it down there.
That's different.
That's different. Yeah, but it's like.
But have you? Be honest.
No, it's not something like that.
You asked me if I've done it.
You shit in the bathroom before? I have. I mean, in the bathtub?
I have taken a shower.
Why?
Because I don't like taking a shower, and then after you shower and you soap up and shampoo, and you're like, damn, I gotta take a shit.
You take a shower after you soap up? I mean, you take a shit after you.
I did it a few times where I'm in the shower.
Were you drunk?
No.
Then what was it? Why would you logically do that?
I don't know, laziness.
And then what happens to it?
Dude, we might have to wait. Timestamp this part, possibly timestamp it. I squeezed real hard, and I cupped. So I squeezed and I cupped it, and I grabbed the meatball, and then I grabbed it, and the hot water's going, and so, God, dude, this is gross. And so, but it won't go down because it's like solid, right? And so I have to break it. I break down the poo.
Those holes are really little.
Yeah. So
how long does it take you to push that
like,
through?
it's like the Filipino lady doing the tattoo.
That's like a
So I go like
it's like a garlic press.
Yeah. So with my finger, I go like, and then after I'm done
with one finger.
Yeah, with one finger. No, maybe two. Maybe I go like this, and then I take soap and then it's done.
Dude, I'm trying to make sense of this, and I don't know how we got on this subject
at
all.
Man, I don't know. That's kind of gross, right? But it's honest.
I can't say.
But I understand your kids are kids, man. I'm like almost 50.
I mean, I can't say I haven't some.
Yeah, but you've never done it.
No, never in the bathtub. No,
I don't want to be.
I have in my pants when I couldn't make it to a.
Just say you have.
I have never.
But I don't want to be the only one. Like I feel alone now.
I've done it before.
Good.
Yeah.
You have, huh? Yeah. Oh, dude, here comes those cramps. Oh, dude.
That's what getting old gets you, man.
What the cramp? Like, you ever get like pain sick right here? Oh, dude.
No, I stretch every day.
You do.
Yeah.
You're in good shape, dude.
Morning to night.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're in real good shape for your age, bro.
I wake up at 5
Let's talk
every
about
morning.
your regimen. Let's talk about it.
I
The
wake
trajectory.
up at 5 every morning. I get my coffee.
Yeah.
Take a shit.
Yeah.
Don't eat my breakfast. I work out in the morning pretty hard, and I earn my breakfast. I kind of use the analogy that you should be earning your food as a man or a human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You shouldn't just wake up and eat. You should work out. And
Do you have a
then
special
eat.
diet? Are you like on
Not really, but I've been eating really clean. You know,
like
what I
what's
mean?
clean? Like just like whole food salads, and-
Grass-fed
and
organic beef.
chicken breast.
No, grass-fed organic beef. Rice, of course. Every day is rice. Vegetables. Shit like
broccoli
that.
and stuff.
Not really. Some vegetables kind of fuck my stomach up. So probably mainly like asparagus. Lots of fruit. Lots of fruit.
What do your kids eat, man? Don't they?
Same thing. They eat the
cook for
same thing.
themselves, Isn't?
Yeah. My
cook,
9-year-old
right?
could cook. I've shown them all how to use a knife and how to properly cut and protect their fingers with the bear claw.
Right.
You know.
Dude, I trip out like when you get old. You're gonna have 3 soldiers. Like you got your own like army now. You talked about that too. Is that leaving a legacy? You
Yeah.
said
I
that
mean,
it serves its purpose. Like your life has a purpose now because you're.
I feel like I'm okay to die. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be regretting shit when I die, even if it's like.
Even it happened like.
If I didn't meet the goals that I met, like at least I have my kids that I left behind, and I passed all that knowledge and wisdom down to them, and so I don't really die. I exist within them.
Yeah.
And if they choose to have kids, that exists. That's just why tradition and relatives are so important in the world. I think we lost touch with that. You know,
Were they
and it's
all
like,
planned? Did you plan to have all 3 at that particular time?
none of them were planned. I'm just a
None of
baby.
them were
I'm a
planned?
baby maker, bro. That's just how it goes.
Cheers,
You know.
You got some strong seeds.
Salute. But yeah, that's why I'm saying is like that kind of stuff, passing those traditions down is important, you know, especially like I feel like we're responsible to a certain extent to continue on with those traditions, especially Latinos, Asians, you know, supposed to continue on those kind of traditions, you know. That's why tradition is so strong within our cultures. You know?
Right.
So,
and I noticed too, your kids like they didn't want pizza because remember when I was out there, I'm like, you
no,
guys
they
want
like
pizza?
they like Filipino food
Yeah,
a lot,
they
bro.
wanted ramen. They're like,
Or
no, we want
sushi.
udon
Remember,
ramen.
Carl's like, I want sushi.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Because most kids, you know, that's
Yeah, they want American
that's
food.
due to you.
Yeah, my kids don't. Well, I don't really like American food other than McDonald's when I'm drunk. You know,
And boy, did we go have an experience there in the drive.
McDonald's is pretty good though.
It's
It's consistent, at least.
Dude, I haven't had it in the grip, and when I went to visit you, you kind of pushed it on me. You're like,
Did you enjoy it?
yeah, I did a little.
It was good. It's a guilty pleasure.
I saw it in your eyes, though. I saw like,
Well, you know how banchan. You had banchan before?
yeah, banchan, yeah.
Not within Korean food.
Oh, I thought
Banchan,
Korean.
the fried chicken spot.
Oh no! I thought you meant banchan.
No, there's a
Korean
banchan in New York, one in Philly, and I think there's one here. There's a bunch of them.
food. Yeah.
But they batter their wings like chicken nuggets. So it's a thick batter on
Is that
a
good?
wing. Oh, dude, it's so good. And the sauce they put on there is a Korean sauce. It's fucking
You think
banging.
McDonald's has upped their game since like the 80s, 90s, and like early 2000s?
It's one of the healthiest fast food spots.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
It used to be, dude.
It used to be the worst.
Dude, their Big Macs, like
Burger King, I think, is the worst. Taco
dude,
Bell's
I'm
up
telling
there.
you, I had a Big Mac once, and the patty there was green stuff in the patty. I'm like, dude, yeah. This was AZ in Arizona, so they've improved since then.
I mean, there's only 4 major companies that
Do the
produce all the meat, so of course, like the
Like-
quality control can be overseen by only a few, rather than like I don't know, that's kind of a positive, but it's not a positive
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah,
own
yeah.
all the meat. And
I'm just I get paranoid about that, but I enjoyed it. What do we have, like a quarter?
yeah, I mean, I'm
I had a
taking
Big
a
Mac.
risk. You take a risk when you eat fast food, for sure.
But In-N-Out's
You can get
always
sick
good. But
as fuck.
In-N-Out's always good to me.
Yeah, but they have quality control. I heard something crazy. Like there has to be a center, a distribution center within a certain amount of miles to
Really?
keep the quality. Yeah,
As far
that's
as
why
the
you can't
meat
open
and
up In-N-Outs in every state.
And they don't. There's no freezers. Nothing's frozen. Everything's fresh. Yeah.
Like Whataburger. Remember when I worked at Whataburger?
Who's that one guy that White Lightning? Was there
DJ White Lightning?
No. There was a guy there that he was cool to us, but he was kind of like a hip hop dude, but he was like a doughy kind of older man. I think when me and Strange used to go in there, but
those days are a blur to me.
Yeah.
I was doing so much acid back then.
We both were, right?
A lot, all the time. I can't remember when I didn't do it. It opened up my mind a lot, man.
We're doing LSD.
Yeah, because I was an angry mean kid. I was a mean kid.
Yeah.
And then I started taking acid with hippies, and I was like, wow, people
we
could be
we go to
cool.
raves too, and
Lots of raves, dude.
yeah.
How crazy is it? The
Dude,
festival scene now is insane.
Well, how different is it?
Huge, man. It's like hundreds of thousands. Remember when we were going to raves? It was like 5,000 kids in the woods, or 5,000 kids in a warehouse, or 10,000 at the most. But now it's like fucking insane. Now.
I just remember candy flipping or being on a tab of acid and something else, and just being in the jungle room and just vibing out in there.
Yeah, dude.
We
used to MC those parties. Remember when we did that battle?
Oh yeah. Who's that guy? That was over Jungle, right? What was his name?
Skylar Bike.
Yeah, Skylar.
He lives out here now.
Really?
Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He was just competitive.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
Those were the days.
Yeah, tell him it's before even like the hip hop, the underground shit. You were into you were rapping over Jungle.
Before Jungle, I was doing nothing but like East Oakland gangster rap shit, or like mob rap,
Yeah.
coming from the Bay. And then when I hit Phoenix,
that shit's coming back now with like Suicide Boy. Like, don't they kind of?
Dude, there's a track right now that just got like platinum. It's called Baradon by Chase and Status, and these dudes are rapping on it like crazy. It's wild, like some old jungle shit,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And where are these cats from?
London.
Really?
Yeah, the original guys. Yeah.
But you learned that from Oakland, right? Like that style.
That style of jungle. No.
I
I learned all that from like Kip and all the Rough Something guys.
Really?
Kip Killigan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As far as the jungle.
The jungle shit.
Okay.
No, when I was coming up, I learned that from all the Bay dudes, man. I mean, everybody in my circle was rapping. So.
Damn. Like any artists in particular, like. Well, obviously Too Short.
No, some of them were connected to like San Quinn, like cousins of San Quinn, JT the Bigger Figure, all the like old Bay heads. Yeah.
Right. And then what about what's that guy? Sugar Free and all that.
He's from here, Pomona.
Oh,
Sugar Free's from Pomona.
Huh.
Yeah, he's from Pomona.
Yeah.
He's tight too.
But when did you get into like the underground like? We got into that like
Brian and all them kids introduced me to him, man. Rasal and RJ and all those guys. And that's like it kind of actually AJ showed me Carlos Clean Sweet showed me Company Flow. And Company Flow blew my fucking mind. I was like, what the fuck? I never heard anybody. It's funny because I got a friend whose son raps, and he just told me, he was like, hey man, can you come over and talk to my son, because he's talking about rapping about bitches and clubs and drugs, and he's 12. He's never been in a club in his life, and he's not going after bitches, and he's not doing drugs. So could you kind of expand his vocabulary a little bit for me? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, man. I was there too. When you're young, you don't know any better. You know what I mean?
But when you listen to like, there were indelible MCs for like indelible. Then
that's when I started to look at the wordplay as a real craft and art. Like different strokes of a brush on a canvas. You can move the same way with words. You know what I mean? Intricate. You got to nerd out on it. That's why like this underground shit isn't for everybody. It's for thinkers,
for nerdy
and
dudes,
people that want more intelligent
like
wordplay out of their art.
Like rhyme styles,
syllables.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you can harmonize with it. There's just endless amounts of things that you can do with rhymes. That's why when you hear somebody doing something the same as somebody else, and they're all doing it on the same cadence, same timing, that shit gets boring for me.
You see that happening right now? Is there a trend like that? Like
no, you see a lot of people expanding. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
nowadays you do?
Yeah, because like the homie Billy Woods is getting big as hell right now.
Yeah, you mentioned
He's
that guy.
getting
Who's
big.
the other guy? Siegel, something Siegel or Kenny? Is it Kenny Siegel?
No, Kenny Siegel's his producer. Kenny's from here. Kenny used to come to all the beat battles.
I reach out to him. I need to reach out to
He was part of the low end crew and all that.
Okay.
You know, he was around when Lotus was coming, Flying Lotus was coming up, and Gaslamp and all them guys.
Yeah.
He was around, yeah. But Billy's an old East Coast head, and he was part of that whole East Coast movement with Vortal and Cannibal Ox.
Oh, from the East Coast.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, but it's like
So
now he's
cool with
making
Big
such
Gus
an
and them
impact.
dudes and
He's curating the scene right now, man. I got so much love and respect for that dude. He's a good dude.
he is. So
He's a good dude. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, silently, behind the scenes.
He's not like boastfully doing it.
No.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wears
yeah,
a mask, so
That's
you can't even
crazy.
see his face.
Really? So
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
some MF Doom. Like,
Yeah, his
character
shit is
shit.
good. The,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
new record he did with Kenny Maps it's
Is
a
it good?
fucking work of art,
yeah,
man.
you met that got some good reviews, right? Like,
Yeah.
I gotta get that dude that he's got. I want to interview one of them dudes.
You should.
I reached out to one of them and we were going back and forth, but I think he went on tour. Like he had to do something.
Catch him in L.A. He'll probably
Yeah,
come out,
yeah.
man. He's true to the underground, man.
And people don't know. I don't know if you talked about this. Like you were there before Odd Future was even a thing.
I think we touched on it a
we
little bit,
talked
but
about it. Okay,
yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they were like
my.
my interns,
I
But
know
they were my little homies first, so I was
how
like
old were they when?
about 14. Earl was 14. Tyler might have been, maybe Earl was 13 and Tyler was 14. Yeah, they were youngsters back then. Haji, all them kids, man.
And they all skated and they just come. By
Yeah,
the
they're
Fresh
actually they're good skaters.
Oh,
too,
I know.
man.
I've seen her. I've seen
They
them
put
skate.
their all
they
into
can
it.
They tray flip and shit. Yeah, they cruise around. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
flat ground for
And
sure.
they're done with the Supreme dude. Like they skate with. They
See,
skate
that
with
was
pros and shit too.
They
now.
wanted to be down with the Supreme dudes,
No, but I
but you
see
know
him-
how Supreme is.
Yeah,
you
but I
know?
see him hanging out with certain dudes on.
Now, yeah,
Yeah,
for
now they
sure.
do. Yeah,
Before
yeah.
they didn't. That's why they were at Fresh Job. You know what I mean?
So that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming.
They
You
do
know,
music,
Tyler.
They fucking skateboard. They're just. That's so hip to like.
Tyler asked me
Yeah.
to be his tour manager, and I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do it. I didn't know how big they were gonna get, to be honest.
Oh, before they got the deal.
Yeah, because they, when they were doing their first shit, I got the original CD that Tyler put out, Bastard, and he handed it to me.
You
know?
handed me Goblin, didn't you? Didn't you hand me?
No.
You handed me a CDR or something.
That's
dude.
Bastard. Yeah, that was probably. I
And there
probably
was a
gave you that.
sticker on it. It was a CDR.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's evolving as an artist too, man. I love
Tyler?
seeing him evolve. He's
Earl too, right?
He's
Yeah.
musical, man. The kid can play instruments and write, and he's sober too.
Really,
Never drank in his life. He doesn't do anything.
dude. He like if you go in Amoeba right now, and you go like top selling album, you'll see like his album like up there.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Earl's new album with Alchemist is fucking phenomenal, man.
Have you met Alchemist?
I have,
Yeah,
a few times.
yeah.
We were kicking it at a Cannabis versus Disaster battle where
Oh,
Disaster
you were there?
just fucking murdered him. Yeah.
So what was that like? What was that night like? Because
It was tense, man.
Well,
Because
we looked up to Cannabis.
this was ripping him so bad.
No, his album we used to bump like get retarded.
Pull the mic from your arm,
Yeah,
call
yeah.
Minister Farrakhan.
Yeah.
I loved Cannabis back in the day, but he's not. He got into a world that he wasn't ready for. The battle rap
Yeah.
scene's much different.
It's
the
almost
way
like
he
he entered like the MMA gym.
He ended up pulling his
MMA
writing
fight.
book out and spit it from the
Yeah.
page, and we were all like, "What the fuck?" He was not
seemed
prepared for
nervous.
this. He was just getting ripped so hard, and none of his lines were hitting. He said that doesn't make him a bad MC.
It seemed like there's so much material that he had to remember, and he got like it was just overload. Like he couldn't remember all of it. Like
I think the crowd was starting to turn against him too. He's not a battle MC. Like he
No,
can
he's-
on
he-
paper.
but he could write good songs.
On paper and
right.
on recording, he's a battle MC. But when it came to that format and that platform, he wasn't ready for it.
Because it's different now, right? Like they come prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
I mean, those guys do it for a living.
How much do they get paid, those dudes?
Some of those guys are getting paid a lot. At least I haven't checked up on it in fucking years.
But like 20, 30, 40.
But when I was there, they were getting like 30 grand for those big
30K.
battles. Yeah, because
30K.
YouTube was paying money for that stuff. They're getting millions of hits
So
all
the
the time.
monetization,
The monetization,
sponsored.
yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah.
Sponsors, the door, all of it. They made good money.
Let's talk about your music though. forget about that. I want to talk about.
Yeah,
what
I
you've
mean, it's
doing,
been
man.
coming slowly but surely. I've been taking my time with this new record, you know. This the last installment to this 3 series I was doing. It was like past, present, and future, and I did the It Is What It Is. It was what it was. It is what it is was the present. It was what it was the past. And it will be what it will be is the new one. So now that you let the cat out the bag, yeah, I produced most of it, but Scott Metallic's got a beat on there. I think the rest of it is all me. Yeah, Scott Metallic's got 3 beats. Scott Metallic's the man, dude. He produced for a lot of people. Soul, when Soul's first album came out. He's a monster producer. He's in that same vein as fucking Meaty and Controller 7.
Is Soul still around from Anticon, right? Is he still around?
I think so. He had a kid and moved to Maine and started like a little co-op, I think.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Soul's cool as fuck, man. Shouts to Soul.
And then shout out to Dose, too.
Shout out to my brother,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Dose
your
has
brother.
some shit coming that I can't talk about, but boy, it's going to be
Yo, you
big.
introduced me to him. I met him in New Mexico. Or I met him. You linked me up with him when Monchi was doing something. He was working at something Wolf. Meow. Was that
Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was.
Dose never stops working. He's like a workaholic.
Oh no,
man.
no, he was working, but then I got to meet him, and
He's
he was
a good
super
dude.
cool. Yeah,
good. He's a good human being, man. One of the best.
So when did you link up? Like, when did y'all link up? Like on that tip, like where you did a whole project with Dose?
Well, I met him back when I was battling when I was 15. Remember, we were doing those shows at Nita's Hideaway. We were all battling.
And then that's when you brought out.
He did the Them show with Gel. It was Gel and Dose. And
She's like, oh, she's like, oh, you're writing all this stuff down. Yeah, yeah. You got me into the Anticon, dude. Like I just remember the sticker, and then I knew a couple things.
They pushed through a lot of judgment.
With the Anticon dudes?
And they just broke boundaries, and I think that judgment that was placed on them so much when they moved to the West Coast, because you know everybody out here, they're like, oh, you coming here and you think you're gonna get into this scene, and you think you're just biting our styles. You know how we are. We're really protective over our scene in California.
So they were just doing their own thing.
They were doing their own thing, but they wanted to be a part of this, but they got pushed in such a way that it made them go even farther, because they were being treated like they were just weirdo white boys, you know. And I think
they're predominantly white, dude.
Predominantly,
the
yeah. Dose is half Turkish, and there's some Asian
dude
dudes, pedestrians on there. He's a white dude.
Yeah, and then.
Not that none of that matters.
No, it doesn't matter. No, I'm trying to remember, because when I worked at Amoeba, I was like, when their stuff came in, I would like. Because I recognized the logo, the ant, and I'm like, oh, this is another, because they put a lot of music out.
They heavily influenced me, man. Like, I was so into poetry and writing poetry as a kid. When I heard their stuff, I was like, their writing
obscure,
is poetic, amazing, descriptive, artistic, breaking boundaries. Like they just were so free, it seemed like, you know. They showed their vulnerability on their music, you know.
And that's something. I'm glad you brought that up.
It's like most people that rap is such an egoic form of music that most people don't really show themselves in it. You know what I mean? They're showing.
It's almost the opposite.
They're only showing what they want you to see.
Exactly. Yeah.
And those dudes were showing who they were. There was a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
There is a difference.
Big difference. They weren't in competition with people. They didn't give a fuck. I mean, Dose is competitive. Like, Dose,
dude,
he's a murderer.
Didn't he battle, like...
He battled Eminem, Juice, all of them. He's battled so many fucking people.
This dude was legendary. Like,
people don't even know how many people Dose put on. Dose put on probably some of your favorite fucking rappers.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Introduced people, put them on, got them on labels. Like, he never talks about this shit, but he was behind the scenes just cherry picking people and putting them in the right positions, man.
That's crazy.
And he's a good dude like that.
Dude, he's ahead of his time in a way.
Ahead of his time. And I think like he might actually get some recognition soon that he deserves.
I'm just happy he's still recording music, man. You know, that's dope that he's still putting out music and he'll
never stop. Yeah. I mean, it's like, why would you stop? Johnny Cash didn't stop until he died.
I'm trying to talk seriously, and I'm wearing this on my face.
So, dude, I never laugh as hard as I do.
We were laughing so hard
when I'm with this dude
for this episode, and I'm like, dude, just don't laugh. And he was trying to keep the Sharpie straight.
Dude, I'd never laugh to the point where you're not hearing a sound
Yeah, and I'm like,
from
dude,
me.
and I'm like, dude, you got to give me
And
the
this dude-
mustache, too. Does it look crazy? Is it still on here?
It is melted.
It is?
I thought that was permanent marker.
It's melting?
Yeah, it's turning your neck. Super weird looking.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So what kind of tattoo are you gonna get there?
I don't know, man. I got to think about it.
Are you gonna wrap it around your whole neck?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just talking.
Something
I don't know.
Korean?
Maybe.
Can
Maybe
you speak? You
something.
can speak Korean.
I understand it more than I can speak it. Yeah.
Is it a hard language?
No. I think like Tagalog and Japanese. Like there's other like
Japanese is hard.
Chinese too sounds a little crazy. You know, Asian languages sound crazy.
It
bro.
does. Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Doesn't Vietnamese sounds pretty intense too? It's
I want to
sharp.
go check that out. I want to check out Southeast Asian countries.
Dude, I want to go too. If you go, so I might go to the
Like-
Philippines to go see Free the Robots Chris in December.
Yo, shout out to them, dude.
Yeah, he
I
opened
think
up
I
a
met one of
bar
them
in
dudes one-
Siargao.
Yeah. Is one of them Filipino?
There's
Asian?
what?
Free the Robots.
There's only one, and you had him on your show, bro.
That's right. Dude, I'm that OG now, bro.
You know how many people
Subscri-
have said that to me, man? Have been like, "Oh, who's in Free the Robots?" I'm like, "Just Chris,"
And he's been here.
and he's been
He
here.
was probably in the first 100.
Yeah, Chris is a man, bro.
This is crazy how long this has been. Yeah.
How many? What episode is
This
this?
is 366, bro. Yeah.
Yo, so what? What do you feel? How do you feel about stopping Scissor Bros and doing your own thing? What's
I gotta
your goal
be very
with this?
careful on how I answer this because people want to like kind of pick apart things and form their own.
But
narratives.
just to be clear,
It's
there's
not
no
pers-
bad blood.
There's no bad blood.
I
I'm
saw
cool.
you
No,
guys
no.
together.
No, yeah. We just went to In-N-Out. Me and Jeremiah went to In-N-Out Burger the other night. And
Yeah.
I got him a milkshake. We're good.
Yeah.
It was just mostly me personally. I was getting stressed out. I was just personally getting stressed out for, like, just my head wasn't like I felt like.
Did you feel like you
I
were
felt
doing?
like it was like I gotta think of the right word, like not tedious, but
Did you feel like you were
repetitious.
more performing and putting on a show?
I felt like it was more performative, and I'm more like
Natural.
like what? Yeah, I'm more this,
yeah,
just
yeah.
whatever comes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You're naturally funny, and
and
you.
like Jeremiah's a great performer. Like he's more on that tip where he's he acted like comedic timing and because dude, he's a phenomenal like.
writer and
No, just
organizer.
live, like just crowd work and coming up with bits. Like he's super.
Oh,
fast.
dude, that was the first time I saw him live. St. Pete
he's super
Comedy
He's
Festival.
super fast on the spot.
Let's touch on this though, dude. This is the first time I ever saw you do comedy on stage like
Dude, I
that,
wasn't
and it
even-
was a freestyle. What was the name of that? What do you call
It
that?
was stand up on the spot.
Stand up on the
Yeah,
spot,
and I
which
had
is just
performed-
like freestyling.
Yeah, and I
in a
I
cipher.
haven't done it. I hadn't done it in like 8 months or like I wasn't hitting up open mics.
Right,
I was
right.
because I promised him. I'm like, dude, like. I was thinking about like dipping, but I don't want to just leave you guys hanging. And we had a business meeting, like me, Ryan, and Jeremiah. We're all there, and I'm like, I don't want to leave y'all hanging. So and then we like went through the calendar, and I'm like, I'll give you guys 2 months of just episodes of fully like, so I'm not dipping.
Right.
And I already like committed to that festival in Florida.
Right.
Just
right.
whatever, but in St. Pete, whatever. And I'm like, I'll do that, and then we'll do a final episode where we're like coming together to make it cool,
Yeah.
to make it like peace, like
Right.
we're good. But I think, yeah, man, people are
So
saying like, oh, we're acting like, oh, it never happened. I'm not intentionally trying to do that. Like, no, like I fucked Scissor Bros, dude. I had a great time, dude. Like.
It was a good
dude,
show.
That's some of the best memories I've had. Like, dude, just going on the road with him and opening for him and doing dude, it's like, in a way, it's like not trying to like call anybody out, but it's like, dude, we were doing a lot of those like live podcast things, like kind of more frequently than a lot of these even big fucking platform.
before they were doing
Yeah,
it.
man, we were doing like, yeah. So it's like, no, I had a great time doing it.
So what sparked that for you personally that you wanted to do your own thing? You just want to focus on Steebee Weebee?
Yeah, it was mostly like I noticed like I was kind of tripping, like my mental health was like I was like kind of tripping about like, and then I was just getting I felt like I was kind of getting burnt out a little bit.
Yeah.
you know. And I felt like, and I don't want to like ever do anything where I feel like, oh man, you know what I mean? I want to be up for it, you know.
I think it's such a slippery slope when people tell artists like, you just have to be consistent and keep working through it, but you don't really produce your best art in certain moments where you're fucking stressed out and you're burnt out on shit. You know what I mean?
You went through that. I mean,
you're basically forcing the creativity.
I mean, imagine doing like you're doing like an EP or you're doing music and you're not completely feeling it.
Big step back this year.
But why would you put it out? But like you wouldn't put that out, right? You would like, let's say you're just trudging forward, just fuck, I just got to do this.
No,
you know, that's kind of how I felt towards the end of it.
That's part of my creative process is if I felt good about it, even if it's imperfect, I can appreciate the imperfections because I really felt good about what I was doing at the time.
No, I could dig that. I could dig that.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always have to be perfect and polished for me. Because the shit that I like is not polished. I like.
So are we? Because we're talking about podcasting, and then we're using the analogy of writing songs, songwriting, right?
I mean, it's all a creative process.
Yeah. So that's
art,
a fair analogy.
Art doesn't have to be one specific thing.
Right,
you know?
right.
Art is art. It's a lot of different things.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what I didn't realize is, and this is like my bad. I didn't realize because Jeremiah was hitting the road every week, like because he's touring, he's doing shows here, there. Right. I didn't realize how much of an impact we had. Like he said, like he'd be on the road at a comedy club, and they'd be like, "Where's Steebee?" You know, and it impacted people in like pockets of like the
That's
States
cool,
and shit.
man.
You know, which is cool.
I
didn't know because I'm a hermit. I'm never leaving. I'm like, you know me, like I'm like kind of in my own like little bubble and stuff.
I mean, I think it's safe to say now too that the whole world is visual people, you know, and like aesthetically that show looked pleasing to the eye, you know, the colors, everything about that show, like it's attractive, you know what I mean?
I mean, kids liked it too. I mean, it's like
it puts you in a good mood just seeing it,
and it was positive, bro. For the most part, it was a positive podcast, you know, like doing the scissors but I think people like really took it, you know, they took it personal, and it wasn't personal, you know what I'm saying, like. All. Like, you know, I mean, it was personal in the sense that, like, me personally, like, I needed to take a step back, but I wasn't trying to do it to, like, hurt anybody or bum anybody out. But people took it that way, where they're like, well, what about my mental health? Or I didn't, you know, like, they're probably thinking, oh, he's not realizing that they relied on this on a weekly basis. Imagine someone like waiting for one of your songs every Friday morning. They're like, okay, I can't wait for the new Mestizo song. And then all of a sudden you just decided to stop. I mean, that would, you know.
On the flip side of that is that's a lot of pressure on somebody to produce that much. It's like, I think your audience or any audience forgets that people are still people behind that camera. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. As far as
like,
this day and age of content, like
especially when you're a dude like you who's a real human being down to earth.
And the people think they know me. They think that's me. Like
like you're always on comedy. Yeah, right.
His nose and picking his nuts.
And you're not.
And I'm not, and you know me, dude. You know me, bro. Like you really know who I am.
This new generation of like comic or musician, it's like they're in that to gain something out of it, like profit or attention
or clout,
or fame or clout. And I don't think people realize about you that you're just not like that. You know what I mean? Like that shit really could mean less to you. You take pleasure in what you're doing creatively. You know what I mean? And that's the big payoff.
And I want to have fun doing, like, I want to be.
Of course, you need to get paid because if you're going to
exactly.
continue to do it, you have to get paid.
Yeah.
It has to be a job in a certain sense, but I think it has to be more fun and creative and just help you progress your life positively in the creative space. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's a very important thing to touch on, you know.
I mean, you went through a similar thing with like the music collective.
Yeah,
you were in back.
Yeah,
I mean, is it cool mentioning that?
That became a big, the Makina stuff became a big.
You were in a collective.
It got big really fast.
So we'll at least tell them the name of your collective.
The Makina Muerte collective that we had out here was coming up at the same time as Odd Future, and Odd Future was like my underling. So we were all coming up. It was the kind of the era of the cruise. So you had ASAP was coming up. The dude who did one of my videos did the Peso video for ASAP Rocky. It was his first video. So it was like we were all sharing. Raider Clan was coming out. Makina was coming out. Odd Future was coming out. A bunch of other crews. The Suicide Boys shit was bubbling. It was just like era of the crews, and it got out of hand fast, and it just couldn't sustain itself with all of our personalities. You know what I mean?
Like how many cats were in Makine?
Probably like close to 50. It was big, but it was a collective of artists that already had kind of a name for themselves, but weren't as big as they were when we were all under this umbrella.
Right.
So, you know, it's like you're never really prepared for that kind of shit if you're not in that headspace, you know, and I was in the headspace of being wild. My life is wild. You know me.
Oh,
my life is chaotic, and, you know, my kids changed all that. So.
And then what were some of the highlights of, was it hard getting everyone together, putting out music?
No, I mean, it was fun, man. It was really exciting back then. But, you know, I've always wanted something more substantial out of life than just like partying. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at partying. I'm the best at partying.
No, but Makine was a crew, right?
It was a crew.
But y'all did everyone.
But we
did
were
music.
rowdy, man. We were rowdy. We were known around LA as being rowdy.
Really?
You know, when Cadillac, rest in peace, Cadillac.
Yeah, rest
man.
in peace, Cadillac.
When he was alive, man, we were just, every show was a fight. You know, every show was chaotic, and
what would it be
was
over?
fun.
What would it be over? Some of
I don't know, man. There was a night where we got into it with some gangbangers, and it was just like kind of a test of strength on both sides type of thing, you know.
Really?
Somebody talking to somebody's girl, and then it would just
was it at
snowball.
A music venue? Was it like at Low End Theory or?
It would be at music venues that we were performing at. No. We always kept it away from Low End Theory because everybody really respected. I respected Daddy Kev heavily. Daddy Kev helped me so much, man.
Right.
Gas Lamp, all them dudes from D Styles, Elvin, all them.
D-Ski too. I gotta get D-Ski on there.
D-Ski too.
I gotta reach out to D-Ski. Shout out to D-Ski.
But you know the underground was bubbling.
Already? Oh, we're just getting into it. We're nerding out on this music stuff.
It's all right. We can close it.
Man,
I'm waiting for Danny Kim.
Yeah,
we could do this all day.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just warming up in conversation too.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Yeah, man. So, since it's the last 10 minutes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shouts to Zach from Handsmade, who was gonna come down.
Yeah.
But
get better, bro.
Yeah, get better, get healthy, better, bro. Ended up having to go to the hospital.
And he puts out some cool music, man. Right?
Handsmade right now. He's like the curator and the backbone to it. He made me co-owner out of nowhere of Handsmade, so I take it very serious. But he's putting out some very artistic stuff out of California, man. Oakland and L.A., you know. So this is our home turf, and Handsmade is where I'm putting everything out at, you know. The new record's coming out.
It's all vinyl, right?
He does vinyl like nonstop. And vinyl, dude, some of these dudes are making out like Ka, West Side Gun, all these guys are making vinyl, and it's like going for $600 a piece online.
For a piece of vinyl?
Some of it's going for $3,000. What's this dude's name? The Haitian dude that he's down with. Dude? I can't remember his name.
One record's going for that much?
They've made vinyl like a piece of art
gold?
Because they're so into the streetwear scene. What they did is take the limited edition stuff and then turn it into the same model. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Because they mess with Virgil too. Rest in peace, Virgil.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
So is there a website for
Handsmade Collective? Yeah. Yep. Handsmade Collective.xyz.
Say it again.
Handsmadecollective.xyz, and that's where you can find all of our stuff, Alpha, all of it.
What about your stuff?
It's all coming out on Handsmade.
It's all coming out through there.
Yep, all out through there. I got a couple other special guests on the record. Now that you mentioned Slug, I don't want to say those guys.
Oh, it's fine.
But shouts to Slug from Atmosphere. I love you, bro. You're the man.
Yeah. I was stoked that you even knew the guy. I'm like, oh, really? Like,
I've known him for a while, man. Him and Ant are good dudes.
Dude, he's still going strong. I mean, dude.
Yeah, strong.
I remember when I was working at Amoeba, and I'm like, I didn't know really who he was. And no. Me and the Relayer, we were in Echo Park, and it was Idea who was performing.
Rest in peace, Idea too.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, who's this guy? You know, he had shaggy hair. I thought he was gonna do rock and roll, but dude, it was like one of those things where it's like when I saw The Far Side for the first time, when I saw Idea for the first time, I'm like, oh.
Was that the Knitting Factory?
No, Spaceland.
You and I were together when Idea was performing at the Knitting Factory. He was in the small room, and then we were about to perform too.
Yeah, no, this was before then. I think this was at Spaceland. But yeah, we had some good times up there.
Good times
some
at the
good
Knitting
times
Factory.
up there at the Knitting Factory. Dude, some good times. Yeah.
Good times.
But yeah, I was taken back by his performance. I'm like, well, this guy's good.
Right on.
Yeah. Oh, but to bring it back to Slug was there too. And I'm like, who's this other guy? And I think Slug was like, they were, I didn't know who he was, but I didn't know who was the headline. But I know they were kind of going back and forth. I'm like, oh, this guy's all cool too.
Yeah.
Like just go, yeah. So, but that's cool that man. Like, how do they best support Mestizo as far as like your art and like?
I don't know. I'm pretty inactive. I mean, I'm not consistent with social media except for Instagram. So you can go to I am Mestizo and I'll post everything on there.
All right. Yeah.
Or YouTube, The Real Mestizo on YouTube. I'm going to start pushing way more content. I just had to kind of take a step back and figure out how I want to present all this stuff because I just don't want it to flood.
Is it vinyl? Like, is that the best way now? Vinyl?
Vinyl and tapes, I mean, for physical merch, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it seems like the best way is like what you're doing. YouTube, Instagram. People want visual content. You can just put your songs out on there and
they want
blow
something
up.
special. Yeah.
But for the real fans that like to have something tangible, and it's a piece of art, you can hang it up.
I mean, especially the tapes. Can I plug my?
Yeah, please.
So I have a few left. I got maybe 2 or 3 boxes left. Get yours today. I did the cover. Get your Quangu Puer Eternos. Right there, dude. Clean and lean. Get yours today. Okay? PayPal, Venmo, QUANGOU on my Instagram. And get it, because we might not be here tomorrow.
Right.
We might not be here tomorrow.
You never know. You never know.
I love you, man.
Love you too,
yeah.
bro.
Help support the podcast, patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. Shout out your Instagram again, dude.
I'm Mestizo. New record coming soon. It will be what it will be.
Dude,
shout to James Hunt, my boy, muralist from LA.
Machine, bro.
He's doing the cover.
Of material you're about to put out.
There's a lot, man. I got a lot stored up. There's some crazy shit coming that
I'm sure there is.
I'm kind of hiding for the moment, but
really,
there's some bigger stuff coming. There's some cool stuff coming.
Look out for that, okay? Patreon.com/Steebee. Yeah, and then just support, all right?
Buy the tape.
Yeah, buy the tape.
Buy the Quangu tape.
Yeah, buy the Quangu tape. Stop, support. I'm not up in the hills or in a mansion. It's like.
Do you prefer Steebee Weebee or Quangu?
I don't know. That's
for me. It's Quangu. Well, it's Quan.
Yeah, it's Quan. Yeah, let him know.
It's Quan. That's Quan.
Yeah,
when you see him on the street, that's Quan. You call him Quan, he'll look at you. Steebee Weebee, that's still foreign to me.
I still kind of trip out on it, like, huh?
Yeah.
Like when I hear that Steebee Weebee, I'm like,
yeah.
Like it's almost like I like
yeah, right.
What's going on, dude?
What if somebody calls you Quan? How are you gonna react?
It's more. It feels like home.
Okay.
That's like if I see shout out to Malaka, if I saw Malaka and he called me Quan, I'll be like, oh, that's
Yeah, Kwaku.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kwaku.
Rest in peace, Kwaku, man. Miss you.
Hey, we're alive, man. We count your blessings, man. We're alive.
Got your hands, your feet, your breath, water, food,
man.
sun, shelter. What else do you need?
Let them know, man.
You need money though. You gotta have money.
Hey, man, let's go hang out with DK.
Yeah. Shouts to Danny Kim.
Hiding in the crevices, in the coral premises. Am I never land like Peter Pan, checking messages? I feel like it's the way that you grow when you let them go on the edge of plateaus when they push you fall so low. I'm a silhouette that you'll forget, a shadow in the dark. I'm a millisecond part of deck that shuffle with the cards. I'm a vortex to heart like a monk upon the ledge, and I'm trying to do my part before departing from the edge. A shark is there, a bark is there.
out the details in the fractal landscape, tempting me to mandate. If I choose to do that, it can be a band-aid. Lying in my combing in my old man, cold like a snowman. No man can withstand the fleeting of time on this land. Try cheating on the clock if you can disband.